You're listening to the Aerofans UK episode review podcast. During this podcast, we're going to be talking about episode 23, the season 2 finale, Unthinkable, as well as discussing Oliver and his refusal to kill. You can get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter, or email to give your thoughts. But for now, sit back and enjoy the podcast. Hello, welcome back. This is the Aerofans UK episode review podcast, the last one that you will hear from us until October, because of course this episode, Unthinkable, was the season 2 finale. While obviously we were really impressed by it and loved it, it is 5 months till the next episode, and that is a horrible, horrible thought to have.
Yeah, I mean, we're practically in mourning right now.
Yes, definitely. But as I say, we do have this episode to discuss. It was Unthinkable. Corey, what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I thought it was impressive. Very good conclusion. We've kind of talked about last week almost being a setup episode, as was episode 21, I remember we were talking about hoping this one would deliver, and I think it certainly did that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it hit sacrifice levels, but then, well, I didn't even think that was possible.
No, it didn't really reach those heights, but there were definite good bits. I thought the confrontation on the island between Slade and Oliver kind of intertwining with the one in the present day was a nice touch.
If Arrow does not get nominated and does not win at least one major award for that fight sequence, then everyone who decides who gets these awards needs shooting.
I completely echo that thought, definitely.
Even if not for quality of, the sequence, more so for originality, because I have never seen that happen before, where you have a fight between the same two people in two different time zones at the exact same time, where as one punch is delivered in one time, it's then being delivered in the other time as well.
Yeah, I mean...
And they just flick between it. It was fantastic.
I mean, it could have kind of gone horribly wrong there, but they just pulled it off to perfection. It was awesome.
Yeah, I really thought it was a solid episode. It was top 2 season.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
I'll save my number 1 for our season 2 wrap up podcast in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of delivered on all fronts really. I'm sure the Olicity shippers were hearts in mouths throughout the entire episode.
I think they probably stopped breathing for a few minutes after that scene.
I was watching it, and the scene in the house came on, and I just thought, well, as soon as he took Felicity to the house, I knew that was going to happen. But as soon as he said it, I thought, maybe if it wasn't for the fact that I wanted to avoid spoilers, I should go on Twitter and see on the hashtag Olicity what people's reactions are. Because I just want to know whether people are having heart attacks over this.
Yeah,
because I'm sure it was happening.
Yeah, I actually did that. I went onto Tumblr and had a look, and yeah, there were some interesting reactions to that, to say the least.
Yes, it almost ended up being a little bit of a fake out, didn't it? In the end. I mean, it kind of ruined it in the end.
Yeah, it took the gloss off it a little bit.
Yeah, but no, it was a good scene, and I enjoyed it, even though I'm not a shipper at all.
Yeah, same here. I remember, I think we were actually talking about not looking forward to anything Olicity, but no, it came together quite well.
Yeah, I think I've said it before that I don't really mind it. It can sort of go on if it wants, but if it detracts from the storyline, then just get out.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah.
We don't want it.
No.
Because I've seen that. I haven't seen it, but I've seen people complaining about it on other TV shows where they just focus on one ship that fans have come together and are all excited for and want, and then the storyline just becomes awful.
And yeah, we don't want that because they've pulled together the storyline quite well so far.
No. Yes. Now, I do have to mention the ending. And sort of apologise to you guys. In between Heir to the Demon and Time of Death, we did actually record a podcast where we gave our theories on what was going to happen over the next 9 episodes. And I got caught up in doing other stuff. And you know what happened? I forgot to post it. In fact, let me rephrase that. I forgot to even edit it.
So I totally forgot about it as well.
So, anyway, just to sort of run through one of them. Corey did, in fact, predict that Oliver was going to leave the island at the end of the season. And, of course, he did. So I will give him that one. But that was an interesting twist. It's a shame because it means we probably won't be seeing David Nichol as Anatoly for a little while.
Yeah, well, the flashbacks are just a million times better when he's in them.
Yeah, like, he is just genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, introducing Amanda Waller in the island, I think she's going to become a series regular within the next day or so, I would say. Obviously, Malcolm has become a series regular, John Barrowman.
Yeah,
which would imply that he is going to have a major role next season, but we will obviously wait and find out about that. The only thing I didn't like about the finale, and I know you're going to agree with me here, Quentin.
Yeah, just no. How... We've got 5 months to find out if he's alive or not. Just no.
Yeah, if he's dead, then we're rioting. We're not. We're going to become Slade, just without the Mirakuru.
Yeah, we'll come up with our own promise and everything.
Yes. Take a page out of the Arrow writer's book and employ it back on themselves. But, yeah. I mean, that was the real cliffhanger, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. That was the one that kind of packed the most punch, and I genuinely didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. It was preceded by possibly the worst setup scene that could possibly have happened. But I will come to that later. But yeah, on the whole, fantastic finale. I mean, as I said, it didn't beat Sacrifice, but it's a top quality finale, and that's all you really want.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay. So we'll move on and talk about Oliver's journey this season. Obviously in season 1 he was just a vigilante killer with no regard for anyone. This season, after Tommy's death, he's sort of become more refined with his no killing rule, although that hasn't really been very well upheld, especially in Keep Your Enemies Closer, when I'm pretty sure he killed a bunch of Russian office guards in the prison.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then he killed the Count in the following episode.
Yeah, and then they made a big deal out of it, and it's like, well, hang on a minute, didn't you kill a bunch of Russian blokes last week?
Nobody seems to care about the henchmen or whatever in this.
No, just seems strange. But yeah, obviously, Oliver has been sort of, there'll be no killing tonight, no one dies tonight, blah blah blah. While all of a sudden, Slade is coming around, killing Moira, killing people, and suddenly, then Oliver's like, oh no, we still can't kill. I mean, his mentality towards things, we've said before, hasn't been the greatest.
No, because realistically, if you've got a guy who's killing, members of your family, he's destroying half the city, then surely killing him seems the logical action in the whole he's too dangerous to be left alive sort of thing.
And I'm going to blame Felicity for this. Because she kind of goes, there's another way, you chose not to kill Slade. You chose to kill Slade 5 years ago, and this is why we're in this mess. And now, you could cure him or kill him. Let's cure him. Well, Felicity, if we killed him weeks ago, Moira wouldn't be dead. You wouldn't have got kidnapped. Laurel wouldn't have got kidnapped. We wouldn't have had to bring in a bunch of armed assassins. The city wouldn't have been completely and utterly destroyed.
But I mean, apart from that, it was a really lovely sentiment.
Yeah, the great decision. Yeah. I mean, I still can't quite figure out why Oliver's just like, yeah, let's just not kill.
Yeah, I guess it's about honouring Tommy, but it kind of seems, pretty deep for that, because...
Yeah, but come on. See, this is the thing, like, I think I've said this before. The problem I think Tommy had with it was more the fact that he was just killing random people.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, killing, I don't know, the Count earlier on this season is causing harm to the city. He's not just some random mercenary henchman person. He's actually a serious threat.
Yeah.
And I think Tommy would be kind of understanding to that actually he is helping the city. Killing Slade would help the city.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you would think that Tommy would be like, yeah, that's fine, because actually, well, we saw what happened last year. When someone tried to destroy the city.
Yeah, that didn't end so well.
No, not for Tommy. Yeah. I'm still hoping he'll appear up as like a, I don't know, zombie.
Yeah, we'll get that Walking Dead crossover we're talking about.
Yes, I don't think we've been too fond of that. No. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a limit to killing, because obviously if Oliver just kind of goes around with no regard for human life, then he isn't really any better than the people he's trying to stop. But if he's actually kind of just killing the ones that have no regard for human life, e.g. Slade, Malcolm, the Count, that can be accepted.
Yeah, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised when Oliver didn't kill Slade because of the whole no killing thing, but I wanted him to. I mean, I'm sort of glad that he did, because it sort of sets up something interesting in the whole, we wouldn't have seen the Argus,
yeah, that's true.
prison and everything, and obviously Slade can then return at some point to kind of attempt with his normal strength body to try and wreak havoc on Oliver's life, and I don't think it would be anywhere near as successful.
One point I kind of had is, it's almost keeping him alive. Well, it depends what actually happens, but I guess in some respects you could almost look at it as Oliver keeping Slade alive is almost greater punishment for Slade, especially with that speech he gave him at the end, because, I mean, that was just like a big slap in the face for him.
Yeah. Maybe he can stand there. He isn't alone now. I mean, he's got the Shadow Ghost.
Yeah, that's true. That's nice. He's together with Shadow at last.
Yeah. Yes. Just in a cage. I'm sure at some point she'll be like, here, this is how you get out of the cage. And then we'll try and believe the ghost knows how to get out of a cage. I mean, like, how to get a living person out of a cage.
Like all ghosts do, of course.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Next season, it'll be interesting to see how Oliver goes about things, because obviously it's an interesting contrast, because Oliver chose to try and kill Slade on the island and then failed. And suddenly this is how they've become to this point. But equally, his refusal to kill him earlier in the season, it sort of led to the point of everything that's happened.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be interesting to see, because obviously we're going to get another big bad in season 3, to see how he approaches that, if he kind of feels he's got to put them down when he's got the chance, or, you know, see what happens next.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I guess the thing you'd say, he should have known what Slade was going to do, because, I mean, they'd known about Slade intercepting the prison transfers, and they kind of could work out what he was planning from that. Yeah, it sort of, I don't know, I mean, I guess he didn't really have the chance to pursue him, as it were, after that, but I guess the time to kill him really was when they confronted him in episode 18.
yeah. Yeah. I hope that scene's sort of fallen out of my head.
It's when it's Roy, Sarah, and
Oh, yeah,
Oliver.
yeah.
The whole, so what you can do, kill me.
Yeah, but then he would never have found Thea.
Well, that's true, that's probably why.
To be fair, he didn't tell him anyway.
True.
To be fair. But I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know. I think Oliver needs to sort of get over his fear of killing. I mean, Nyssa killing Isabel, which I did celebrate.
Same here.
At least we don't have to have any more of that emotionless face.
No.
Yeah, his kind of over panic of Nyssa's just killed Isabel, let's pull a bow and arrow and look like I'm ready to fire at her.
Yeah, you're gonna try and perhaps fire an arrow at the one on your side who's just killed someone who's taking a fair bit from you as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of what we were saying about his logic. It's flawed.
Yeah, he prioritises wrong, doesn't he?
Definitely.
Yeah, he'd be better off prioritising stopping Slade.
And surely...
Than going, oh look, you can't kill them. Don't kill, it's not allowed, it's... You know, these people don't respect the whole don't kill. It just doesn't happen.
Well, I think he kind of misinterpreted the title, perhaps, of International Assassins.
Yeah, clearly.
It's kind of in the job description to, you know, not be too adverse to killing people.
Yeah, what was it? Nissa said that the League doesn't take prisoners.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I saw a comment somewhere, about, hang on, I'll just find it. But yeah, I mean, it seemed ridiculous. Like, 'cause how can you tell assassins not to kill?
Yeah.
Especially when, you know, these people are killing people that you know, potentially, that's like, you know, these people don't go with the whole no killing rule.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. His logic's been questionable for a while. Maybe that's the bigger battle for him, you know, not hero or killer, logic. Yes.
Idiot or intelligent person.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a comment I remember now. It was, that's like calling the fire department to save a burning house but telling them to do it without using any water.
That's spot on, actually.
I like that. But yeah, I mean, that is kind of quite right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you want to if you want the city to be saved, you have to go with the whole, we're gonna have to kill people.
Yeah, you are. You can't. You've got to just ignore any moral high ground, however stupid that moral high ground probably was.
Yeah. And I think, interestingly, I mean, the press release actually kind of talked about Oliver must decide once and for all if he's a killer or a hero. That in itself is quite illogical.
Mm.
Because surely by killing Slade, he becomes a hero.
Yeah.
Like, if he was to kind of stop Slade, or try and stop Slade, and fail, but not kill him, well, hang on a minute, you've just failed. But actually, I mean, Oliver did do a great way of stopping Slade and without killing him, but if it had come to it, and he had killed him, it's not a big problem.
No, I mean, with what Slade's done, he's a clear danger, and I don't think anybody's going to really begrudge Oliver for putting an arrow in him.
No, I mean, no one would begrudge him for putting an arrow into Malcolm.
No.
Or into Amanda Waller if they found out that she was about to drone strike the city.
Yeah.
Because that would be fun. Yeah. I mean, I think if he wants to be a hero, he's going to have to become someone who can get on board with killing.
It's the whole thing he said. He says it. Well, he hasn't obviously done his opening monologue last few episodes, but it's all about come home to save my city, and surely saving your city is stopping the guy trying to destroy it, however you have to do it.
Yes, not by putting Tibetan pit viper venom into him a while back, and then just kind of panicking, oh, I can't kill him, I need to be better than that. Just kill him, be done with it.
Yeah.
You save the city. You wanna be a hero, you wanna save the city? Just kill the person responsible for destroying it completely.
Yeah, there is a fair logic towards that point.
Like, not killing people like the Clock King. I don't think they kill the Clock King. But like people like that, minor villains, that are sort of doing damage but not major damage. Fine, you don't have to kill them. But people like Slade and Malcolm, they do need killing.
Yeah, because otherwise they're gonna rear their ugly head again.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly what's going to happen with Slade.
Absolutely.
I mean, to be fair, curing him probably helped.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that he'll be back and probably put another sword through someone's chest.
Yeah, you'd be surprised if we don't see him again.
Yeah. Not on the island though.
No.
That's him done on the island, I think. So yeah. Season 3, Oliver needs to be a killer and a hero. He needs to be a killer to become a hero, I think.
Yeah, I'd echo that. It's about making the right choice when you've got to, and you look at when he killed the Count, and he didn't really have another choice there, because, otherwise the Count was gonna
Kill Felicity?
Yeah, so, he did the right thing there, and obviously he's gonna have choices like that again.
Yeah. And it's interesting, because at this point he seems to be putting, if you compare that, he's clearly putting Felicity's life above the lives of everyone in Starling City.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Which is interesting.
Well, probably any Felicity shippers are applauding us right now for coming up with that point.
Yeah, they'll soon be shouting about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he needs to be careful with the killing. Like, he can't be season 1 level of just killing people who know his secret and just every random person that is slightly bad. But he does sort of need to go, well look, these people are very dangerous. They're gonna destroy the city, do massive harm to the city. They need to go.
Yeah, it's, when there'll be instances where it's clear he's got no other choice, and he's kind of just got to get those arrows out, put them through people.
Yeah. To be fair, he put an arrow through Malcolm and he's still standing.
But, yeah, I mean, the Lazarus Pit, most probably, that little bugger.
Yeah. We'll probably find out about that next season.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we'll move on and talk about some odds and ends from the episode. It was interesting to see the kind of phasing between current time, past time, flashbacks, previously, and all that.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird, but it was really good.
No, yeah, I know what you mean with that, actually, yeah.
It kind of worked. I liked it.
Yeah, I think it came together right. Well, I'm just agreeing with you. I should just say I agree rather than just doing it in a long-winded way.
Okay. Felicity became more involved. We talked about her and Oliver.
Yeah.
But it was nice that she was the one that ended up stabbing Slade.
Yeah.
And it was a nice little callback to the earlier episodes when Oliver, the cameras were planted, and then we didn't see Oliver noticing the cameras. And then sort of setting it up. I'm surprised Felicity agreed to it.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Like, there was a serious risk of her dying.
That might be an interesting thing to see in later episodes, because I guess he hasn't really had the cost yet, he asked like Diggle, Felicity and Roy and people to do these things for him, but there hasn't been like a massive cost to it yet, but it'd be interesting to see what happens should that come.
Yeah. I mean, Quentin may have, no, we're not even going there, it's not happening, it's not happening,
no.
I'm not accepting it. It's just, if it does happen, I'm gonna make a couple cut out and put it next to my TV.
Yeah, just have him there always.
Yes, but no, it's.
I mean, just if he can't be out in the field as a detective anymore, just give him a desk job. Anything.
Whatever.
We can just see him 2 minutes an episode. I don't care. Just
Yeah. If you didn't already know, we're big Quentin fans.
Yeah, we're like, I don't know, we're the Quentin equivalent to Elicity, probably. I don't know.
Yes. Sarah didn't die.
No, and she's back with the League now.
Which I'm not overly surprised about at all.
No, I it was a case, I think, she was either going to die or go back with the League. There wasn't really another option.
And since she died on the island,
there's
also someone we're not going to be seeing for a while.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
And while it was a nice little thing to kind of say, back to the League, I absolutely hated the handoff. That is possibly the worst idea for plot development I have ever seen.
Yeah,
it kind of, I sort of knew in that moment that something bad was going to happen to Quentin, because, oh look, you've just been given the Black Canary, like, jacket thing, and then something bad's going to happen to you, and suddenly, oh look, now I'm going to become a masked vigilante.
Yeah, I can only echo that.
It would just be terrible. You know, I mean, no, just no. just no. On the other hand, we had Roy with his. He seemed very lively for someone who'd been out for quite a while. I'm pretty sure people who wake up from comas aren't suddenly up and about trying to punch people within 10 seconds.
But I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like doing anything. So you'd imagine after a coma you'd feel pretty zoned out.
I can say I have that in the middle of the day.
Well, yeah, same here. I wake up for about 20 minutes each day, and then I'm just out of it.
Yeah. So maybe the Mirakuru was replaced by the cure kind of just gives you the ability to just wake up.
Yeah, just a reset, I guess.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. And at some point, Roy has become very good with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, it's just...
Considering where we had last time we saw him sane in episode 18, where he missed by quite a long way and made some sparks.
Yeah.
Where Oliver just goes to him and goes, okay, let's try it again. This time, aim. But I sort of let it slide in favour of Laurel never becoming a superhero.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. The disappointing thing, I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier, disappointing thing about Oliver leaving the island, no more Anatoly.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good either.
No. The moment Amanda Waller, or Argus, starts trying to teach him Russian, I'm going to get very irritated.
Yeah, I must admit, I honestly thought he was going to wake up in Russia.
That would have been really good. We needed Kinyazev to go with it as well.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Because, I mean, we got to have 3 years yet left.
Yeah.
To be fair. But, I mean, at what point is he going to become such a high-ranking member of the Bratva?
And obviously also get back on the island as well.
Yeah, precisely. On that, I was thinking earlier that it would be interesting if they kind of went sort of a later Lost route, in that towards the end of Lost they focused more on the story that wasn't on the island, and what was going on the island was sort of secondary.
Yeah.
Obviously, in this case, it would be what's going on in Hong Kong with Argus and Oliver and Amanda Waller would be the front story, and what's going on in Starling City would be the secondary story. I'm not sure if that would work, but it'd be something I'd be interested in seeing.
Yeah, I think I would too, actually.
Because rather than having like one big island flashback episode, they could sort of include more in it, because I don't know. I mean,
no, I know what you're saying, because I think at the minute we probably most episodes you kind of get just 3 or 4 minutes of island altogether.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see if it worked. I'm not sure it would, but I would like to see it, like them try and do it.
Yeah, same here.
And if it failed, then just never do it again. So yeah. Lila. I almost forgot to mention it then. Lila and Diggle.
Yeah, Daddy Diggle.
That should be fun.
Yeah, and Oliver's got a kid as well, somewhere.
Yeah.
They're growing up.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how Diggle's going to be able to deal with fighting crime and then dealing with a child.
Yeah, changing nappies and taking down criminal masterminds.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine that? We get a Diggle-centric episode. Half of it's just changing nappies and feeding the baby.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the most enthralling.
No, not really.
Yeah. I'm sure CJ would have some serious issues with something if Diggle ended up having to kind of save the child.
Yeah.
Like, CJ, it has some... There's a person of interest episode that CJ had a particular problem with, where one of the stories was that there was a baby involved and it almost died. And he doesn't like that episode. So, yeah, just don't do it. That would not be interesting. Let's just have an island episode instead.
Yes.
I'm not sure if there is much else.
What else do we have? We've got Thea going off with Malcolm now.
Oh yes, the obvious that Malcolm wasn't going to be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't kill off Malcolm really, can you?
No.
And so much for the fake out, she's shooting someone behind him.
I don't think anybody believes that, really.
No. And to be fair, I mean, Malcolm did get an arrow through the chest and is still standing today.
True.
So, having a bullet from someone who's never fired a gun before.
Yeah, you didn't really sort of think that would go anywhere.
No. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see, because I don't think Thea will be in the season next year. Possibly. Yeah, she might, I don't know.
She might just... I can't see her being in it straight away. She might come back later. Be interesting to see what happens with that one.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure where else to go with this. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, there's not too much else I got in my notes. We had Deadshot back pop up.
Yeah, not for very long.
No.
It seems kind of pointless.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of not really needed.
I did sort of like the, and Lorne, no killing line. It's just like, really? Because he's going to follow that, isn't he?
Yeah, it was also just talking to him like he's a dog or something.
Yeah.
You know, no jump or whatever. I don't know. However people talk to dogs.
And for the listeners out there who don't know, Corey clearly does not have a dog.
No, I've got a cat. They're not quite. But anyway, this is the most ridiculous tangent we've got. But, appropriate for a finale podcast, I guess.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what else to add, really. I mean, it's a great finale. Very interesting to have.
Yeah, it's been a good season.
Yep, with the occasional blind spot, which we don't like.
So after we do our season review podcast, we can lock that away in our memory and forget it ever happened.
It depends if we include it in our season rewatch or not.
Oh, true. I'm not sure I can put myself through it.
Yeah. It doesn't seem fun. Yes, it's just worrying even thinking about it. Anyway, we will have a season 2 review podcast up within the next couple of weeks, I'm kind of hoping. I'm going to try and get CJ back. We can have a nice little discussion. We'll have awards and stuff like that, and general discussions, and it should be quite fun.
Yep.
And then we have the agonising wait until season 3.
Yep, and we'll just try and keep you updated on all the news as it comes in.
Yes, we will. Yeah, there's not much else to say except it's been a great season, great finale, and looking forward to the next season.
Yep, echo that.
Yes. Okay. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed this podcast, and we will see you next time.